The Piasecki X-49 SpeedHawk is an American four-bladed, twin-engined, experimental high-speed compound helicopter under development by Piasecki Aircraft. The X-49A is based on the airframe of a Sikorsky YSH-60F Seahawk, but utilizes Piasecki's proprietary vectored thrust ducted propeller design and includes the addition of lifting wings. The concept of the experimental program is to apply the VTDP technology to a production military helicopter to determine any benefit gained through increases in performance or useful load. SpeedHawk is a concept aircraft based on applying X-49A compounding concepts to a production UH-60 Black Hawk, offering better performance, range, and increases in useful load. The SpeedHawk aircraft includes an SPU, high forward swept wing concept, a 45-inch fuselage plug cabin extension, and several other drag-reducing and performance-oriented improvements, including a rotor hub fairing, landing gear streamlining, and a fly-by-wire flight control system. Development: the U.S. Navy-sponsored project worth $26.1 million consists of a Sikorsky YSH-60F helicopter modified by Piasecki as a test bed to validate the vectored thrust ducted propeller system. One YSH-60F was converted to test the feasibility of VTDP under an advanced technology demonstration program. The YSH-60F is powered by two General Electric T700 GE701C engines. The demonstration contract was awarded on by the Naval Air Systems Command to Piasecki Aircraft. Piasecki installed a lifting wing with flaperons and a vectored thrust ducted propeller to a U.S. Navy Sikorsky YSH-60F. The compound helicopter technology added to the YSH-60F was first demonstrated in trials of the Piasecki 16 Hours 1 and 16 Hours 1A in the early 1960s, when the helicopters were flown at speeds up to 225 miles per hour. The success of the Pathfinder inspired others to experiment with compounding, resulting in programs such as the AH-56 Cheyenne. In May 2003, the YSH-60F VTDP demonstrator was redesignated the X-49A. During 2004, the X-49A VTDP program was transitioned from the U.S. Navy to the U.S. Army. Piasecki planned to use the vectored thrust ducted propeller design of the X-49 for their entry in the Future Vertical Lift program, but were not chosen to take part in the joint multi-role technology demonstrator phase. Design: the X-49A flight demonstrator is being developed with funding from the U.S. Army's Aviation Applied Technology Directorate to demonstrate the ability to increase the speed of existing helicopters to 200 carats or more. The flight demonstrator has been updated with a lifting wing taken from an Aerostar FJ100 business jet. A ringtail has been added and the helicopter drivetrain modified to accommodate VTDP. Piasecki conducted integrated tests of the modified drivetrain at the Navy's Helicopter Transmission Test Facility. The wings are intended to produce lift to offload the rotor so the rotor can be slowed down and produce less drag, allowing for higher speed. The cockpit controls are modified with the addition of a manual propeller pitch override on the collective lever for the ringtail. This is the only visible change to the aircraft's existing mechanical controls in the cockpit. The other controls needed to operate the compound helicopter's systems are integrated into the aircraft's existing mechanical controls to reduce pilot workload. The weight added to the X-49A demonstrator aircraft is estimated at about 1,600 pounds due to the requirement to not modify the existing mechanical control system. Operational history: the X-49A made its first flight on June 29, 2007 for 15 minutes at Boeing unregistered trademark S Newcastle County Flight Test Center. This flight included hovering, pedal turns, and slow forward and sideways flight using the VTDP for anti-torque, directional and trim control. The X-49A has completed its initial testing phase, and is continuing with further testing of the technology. Since then, it has flown over 80 flight events with more than 80 total hours logged. Specifications: X-49 areas crew, 2, power plant, 2 General Electric T700 GE701C engines. 60 bytes Data from Brass's World Aircraft and Systems Directory. General characteristics: crew, 3, capacity, 8 passengers or slung load of 6,000 pounds or internal load of 4,100 pounds for B, F and H models, and 11 passengers or slung load of 9,000 pounds for S. Length, 64 feet 10 inches, rotor diameter, 53 feet 8 in, height, 17 feet 2 in, disc area, 2,262 FTA², empty weight, 13,648 pounds, loaded weight, 20,110 pounds, max. Takeoff weight, 21,884 pounds, power plant, TUA, General Electric T700 GE401C turboshaft, 1,620 horsepower continuous each, performance, maximum speed, 145 knots, range, 318 mi, service ceiling, 19,000 feet, rate of climb, 700 feet per minute, disc loading, 9.674 pounds FTA². See also, related development, SH-60 Seahawk, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Eurocopter X3, Kamoth Ka-92, Milmi X1, Piasecki 16 hours, Sikorsky X2, related lists, list of helicopters. References. External links, official website, Jane's All the World's Aircraft, X-49A, high-speed helicopter set for first flight in June. Article on flightglobal.com, rotor and wing cover story December 2007, vertical cover story winter 2007, aerospace testing international December 2007, Boeing eyes X-49A technology for Apache attack helicopter, hot rod helicopters. Air and Space Magazine, September 1, 2009. Pushing helicopters faster, X-49A, Aviation Week video.